Good evening, parents, 8th grade parents and 8th grade students. Welcome to our 8th grade STAAR parent meeting. My name is Dr. Reina, and I'm the principal here at Parkland Middle School. And I want to introduce our panel today. We have Mr. Ellsworth, who's our assistant principal, one of our assistant principals, and we have Dr. Ramos, who is our campus testing coordinator. And we're here today to give you very important information of things that you need to know on the day of the STAAR exams that your 8th grade students will be taking. I also want to thank Mr. Zermeño, our library aide, for setting up this StreamYard live broadcast for us. And also, I want to encourage you to ask us any questions in the chat. We have our two assistant principals, Ms. Pichardo and Ms. Basan, ready to answer your questions. So again, parents, welcome to the park. It's exciting to be able to meet with you live virtually so that we can provide this information, which will make STAAR Day an easier process for both you and your child. So at this time, I'll turn it over to our campus testing coordinator, Dr. Ramos, who will go over our STAAR dates. Dr. Ramos?
Thank you, Dr. Reina. Hi, good evening, everyone. Okay, so the first STAAR coming up is our STAAR 8 Social Studies. All of these tests are online. The Social Studies exam is Tuesday, May 11th. So the next date is our 8th grade Science, which is Thursday, May 13th. They're on the same week. So our next test is for 8th grade Math, Tuesday, May 18th. Keep in mind that if your child is in algebra and they already have taken the math course, then they won't come to this Tuesday, May 18th administration. And then 8th grade reading is Thursday, May 20th. Okay, thank you, Mr. Z. Okay, so looking at our next slide. So a couple things. STAAR has not been canceled this year. Federal and state law, as well as TEA, require that every school in the state come and take this STAAR exam. So we do a lot of things. It is on campus. You do have to come on campus to take the test, but we do offer a lot of safe testing environment. We have masks, we have dividers, we have a lot of hand sanitizer, and all of our desks are 6 feet apart. So the kids are really well spread out. Thank you, Mr. Z. Okay, so a couple things. Logistical constraints prevent the state of Texas from administering, and like I said, the STAAR at home. That's why you do have to come on campus. And not participating in the STAAR assessment for grades 3 through 8 will not affect promotion or retention decisions. It doesn't affect summer school. Those things are determined by, as a group, how they're doing in their classes, their academic courses, as well as how many absences they have. So if a parent decides that they don't want to take their child, or they refuse to take their child to come to the STAAR test, then the teacher and the parents, basically we won't know where they are, their grade level knowledge, or the skills that they have attained during these past 2 years. So we at Parkland Pre-Engineering Middle School are offering students the opportunity to test, like I said, in a safe environment, and are encouraging parents to allow their child to participate. Thank you, Mr. Z. So no cumulative data will be, we won't have that data if you don't bring your child. And like I said, this isn't just for this year. We didn't test last year either. So we really don't know where your child is at. We just have benchmarks. And we have teacher tests, but when you look at a teacher's test and they're creating those administrations, every teacher, creates their own test. It's very different than you have this one state test and everybody's taking the state test. It gives us a better idea as to where your child is at. So as I mentioned, data provides the campus with a place to begin for 2021-2022 school year as to how we can assist your child, how we can help them, and better prepare them for college. Also, students may lose out on an elective opportunity next year in order to receive support for STAAR exams. We do have accelerated instruction that will take place for students who do not come, as well as for students who fail the STAAR. What that looks like, academics is still working on it at central office, and as soon as they figure out the kinks, they will share that with us, and we will share that with everyone else. All right, Mr. Ellsworth.
Thank you, Dr. Ramos. I'm just going to go over a couple of the safety procedures and things that we have in place to make sure that your students stay safe. First, we will screen and do temperature checks upon arrival. So when the kids come, and those that come, face to face, they do that every single day. And the kids who've already tested have kind of been through that experience. But we have thermometers placed in different locations as they come on campus. We'll take their temperature to make sure they don't have a fever. And then we ask them a couple of questions if they've been around anybody who's been infected or if they have any symptoms. One of the most important screening procedures that actually takes place is what needs to take place at home with the parent. And that is, you guys need to pre-screen. If your child has any symptoms, anything that looks like it could be COVID related, that's not normal for the child, then we ask that you keep the child at home. We don't want them to come, just to test and get everyone sick. We can figure out a way to make up that test for that child, but we want to make sure that everyone stays safe. So please do the pre-screening at home, and then we'll check them here when they get to the campus just to make sure, just like we do with all of anyone that comes on our campus. The students will have dividers around their desk at all times. They will be socially distanced, like Dr. Ramos mentioned, and they'll be wearing a mask at all times. And we also have hand sanitizer that we'll provide for the students upon arrival. Please bring your own mask, no gaiters, because they're not as safe as a mask is. We also will have breakfast and lunch provided, as well as snacks. Dr. Raina was able to get some snacks for the students. And then there will be regular bus routes in terms of transportation. So those of you that qualify for a bus, even though you're a virtual right now, you still may ride the bus. And we will put that on our Facebook page so you can kind of see the routes again. It'll be normal pickup times, both in the morning and after school. Okay, Mr. Z, the next slide. Like I said, the lunch will be provided. Once the test is over, every student's going to get their lunch, and then the face-to-face students after lunch are going to go back to their remaining classes, and they'll be moving class to class. The virtual or remote students will call at that time to, if they're able to get picked up, they'll come get picked up. If they're not able to get picked up, whether they are a walker or if they ride the bus, then we will keep them in a hub setting on our campus and let them log into their classes virtually on the computer. For those parents or students that are getting picked up, and actually it should say on the last names A through N. A through N is going to be picked on Nova Way, and then O through Z will be picked up on the Minuteman, on the bus drop-off area. We're doing that to kind of make sure that we don't have a long line of pickups for those students that are able to go home for the virtual students. Very important, we need parents. Make sure you please have your ID, and so that we can check to verify that it's you that's picking them up. If you're going to have somebody else pick up your child, you need to call the attendance office and get that prearranged ahead of time so that we can have that set up before you come to the campus. We're also asking that you put a paper with the student name and ID in your passenger side dashboard so that our officers can see the name really quick and we can call the student out while we're verifying your ID to speed up the process for everybody. So please have those things ready to make it a better experience for everyone. And then, like I said, we'll keep everybody in the hub till 4. Next slide. We are going to allow the students to kind of want to finish strong, and that's kind of our motto for the end of the year. So for the kids who this is a first time testing, you can go ahead and wear your Superman hero shirt. We don't want costumes, but the shirt itself is fine. And you can wear jeans as long as they don't have any holes. If you don't have a superhero shirt, that's fine. Or if you're an algebra student who've already worn your superhero shirt, you can just come in regular free dress guidelines. Just no holes in the jeans, no sandals, no slides, nothing like that. But normal free dress, you'll be okay. You don't have to be in uniform for that day, other than the free dress guidelines for uniform. We'd like everyone to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning for that health screening. The bus riders, you'll get dropped off in the back and we'll bring you in through the cafeteria. If you're getting dropped off by your parent, you'll get dropped off in the front on Nova Way, and we'll either bring you in by the doors by the cafeteria or by the doors by the small gym, and we'll do the screening at that place. The test will take 4 hours. We're not going to allow students to leave in the middle of the test because it interrupts the other students who are testing. So once the testing is over, we'll provide that lunch, and then we'll provide the students who are able to go home, the virtual students, an opportunity to call their parents. And then everybody else, like I mentioned, will stay on campus. Next slide. Dr. Reyna.
Yeah, so parents, if you have any questions regarding STAAR or EOC, the school district has created a web page where you can find all of these frequently asked questions, and so there's a link there. You can also contact us here at the campus. You can contact myself, one of the assistant principals, or a campus testing coordinator. If you have a specific question about your child taking the STAAR exam, if you have a question regarding safety, then you'll direct that question to Mr. Ellsworth. If you have a question regarding maybe what the accelerated instruction might look like for your child if he or she does not test, you can send those questions to myself, and as soon as the district provides us with that information, then we'll share that with you as well. And so if you have any specific questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Mr. Z, next slide. There's our contact information, so please take a picture so that you can have our phone numbers and our emails. Those will go directly to us, and then we will answer as soon as we have your either email or your phone call. One of the other things that we wanted to share with you is that if for some reason you're not able to watch this live, some of you are here live, but we will also be providing all 8th grade teachers with the recording of this video so that you can either rewatch it again in case you missed any of the information, or if you know of someone, an 8th grade family who needs to get this information, you can share it with them as well, or let them know about it. But we will share a video link to all of this information tomorrow morning with our 8th grade teachers. It's very important that we follow the procedures for drop-off and for pickup so that your child is safe at all times while on campus. Next slide, Mr. Z. So if you have any questions, again, please feel free to either drop them into the chat at this time and we will answer them, or send us an email or give us a call. But really, those are the important things that we needed to make sure that you parents had before Tuesday. Now, 8th graders, all 8th graders who are approved by parents to come on campus will report on Tuesday for the social studies exam. A couple of reminders that I wanted to share, parents, is that we need to make sure that your child brings a fully charged Chromebook, the one that was issued to him or her on Tuesday. We also need them to bring their charger. So if for some reason they're having an issue with their Chromebook, that needs to be addressed before Tuesday. Just you can call our campus at 434-6300 and we can assist you with any computer issue, but we don't want your child to show up the day of the test telling us they have a computer issue. We'd rather fix those before they come to test. The other really important announcement, 8th graders, I need you to bring your calculators that you picked up that your math teacher gave you. We'll need you to turn those in on Tuesday. So please make sure that you bring your calculator on Tuesday to the social studies exam so that we can pick those up. We will pick them up, we will disinfect them, and then we will get them ready. So when you come take your math test, if you haven't already taken, if you're not an algebra student, you need to come take your math test. We will get those calculators ready so that you can have a calculator the day of the test. A couple of other reminders. Please make sure that you leave all, if you have a smartwatch, an Apple Watch or any other type of smartwatch, that you leave those at home. You will not need to bring that on the day of the test. And also, students, please bring a water bottle. And you might also want to bring a sweatshirt or a sweater in case your testing room does get cold. So those are really the important reminders that we want to make sure that our students know so that they can best be prepared for the day of the test. And next slide, Mr. Z. And again, like Mr. Ellsworth said, our motto for this year is to finish the school year strong. I want to thank you parents so much for supporting, whether your student is a face-to-face student or a remote student, we know that it's been a very challenging year, and we're here to support you and your child, especially if you're bringing your child to take the STAAR exam. We have a very good amount of students who are coming to take the exam. And as the principal, I take that as a compliment that you know we're going to keep your child safe while they're here on our campus. So thank you, parents, so much for your time. Thank you for watching this recording or this live video. And again, please reach out to us if you have any questions. On behalf of my faculty and my staff, thank you again for all the support that you provide for our novilleros. Thank you and have a great evening.